Good evening and welcome. And I've got some music or something kicking off in the background. I don't know where that music's coming from. Yeah, I do. It's Rolling Swarm. Anyway, good evening. Wow. We are here tonight for the Blitz International Cup. It's a community event and boy, it is going to be great. It's the top teams, less Legion, on the EU server and the top teams on the RU server, all pitting it out to try and win a hefty, sizable amount of real life cash. We're going to go out tonight with Group 1 first off, and that is going to be Win, those plucky Finns, against Endgame. Two EU clans, two fantastic EU clans. Endgame, obviously, winning recently the Blitz Cup on the EU server, so they are going to be tasty indeed. But Win, wow, anything can happen with Win. Nobody really knows what the Plucky Fins will do, because they are just fantastic in that respect. There is a stream delay, guys. It's not a big one. I mean, normally it'd be 5 minutes, but at the moment it's only 3 minutes for this particular stream. That's what we agreed on. So it's still pretty difficult for me to interact with you. This is round one, and as you can see, it's going to be going out on Port Bay. It is best of 7, and we have, as I said, end game against Win. Later on in the evening, we are going straight out into round 2, and that'll be the 2 RU clans, C4 against Mercy. So, all to look forward to. I am not the only one streaming this event, by the way. Maflodi on the RU server is streaming. In fact, they're one of the people who actually sorted all this out and made the arrangements. Rolling Swarm is also streaming. So is Wild Ones Helper and Amunet. So there's plenty of coverage. All the games will be covered. So it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be brilliant. We're going to see EU against EU, RU against RU, and EU against RU, or RU against EU, whichever way your bread is buttered. It's going to be brilliant. We kick off in about 2 minutes or so. So I'm just going to pop out of the room just in case anybody is looking around. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I had to put a bit of Russian hard bass music on there. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but boy, is it good fun. I did it because, wow, basically, hey, this is RU and EU servers combined, guys. We've got about 2 minutes before we kick off. Now I can go back into the room. That way I don't think there are going to be any problems with regard to stream sniping. Not from these guys anyway. Yesterday I streamed a tournament, and I'll be honest with you, it was a little bit hit and miss with the FPS. There have been a few issues with Google today. They've been hacked. Hopefully everything's sorted. Both teams are readied up, so going through the team list, we've got Gabe in a Kranvagen, Rambo and Kuma both in T22s, Lays in a Kranvagen, Ollie in an E5, Somewhat in an IS4, and Torpy in an E5. They will be spawning on the North spawn here on Port Bay. Moving over to endgame, we've got Carolade in a 50B, Nico in an E5, Ronka in an E5, Whoopsie, who has come across from Legion in an AMX 50B, Winch in a T22, Orca in a T22, and I am Shock in an E5. So it's going to be fantastic to watch these guys battling it out here on Port Bay. Interesting to see the strats. I mean, Kranvagen's T22s making a good appearance here. Mobility. The Clippers for endgame there, they are on the south spawn, so it'd be interesting to see how they use those Clippers. Either way, I think this is going to be fantastic. That's right. I mean, Rolling is doing 7-star in Loca. We're just getting ready for everybody. So, fingers crossed, we'll be rolling out very, very, very soon. The teams are ready. The spectators are ready. Everybody is ready. We're just waiting for the kickoff time. It is coordinated, so don't forget, I mean, this is one of multiple streams, one of multiple battles going out there. All the top teams on EU, with the exception of Legion and RU, are in this tournament. So we've got some absolutely fantastic clan war teams. Win, they just missed out on top 4 on EU, and with Legion stepping out, Win stepped in. So here we go, Port Bay. Wow, looking forward to this. It's going to be brilliant. I can't wait. No doubt you can't wait. So let's get up high into the back of the map already. So as we can see here, we've got Winch and Orca in the T22s making their way over to overlook the sea cap. Carolade and Whoopsie dropping down into the town. in those clippers. Over this side, we've got Rambo and Kuma in there. T22's coming across. Rambo getting a bit of a smacking there as he comes across. I think that was from Winch. I'm not sure. I don't know if he was double tapped. And the rest of Win now turning up at the C cap en masse. Winch and Rambo really toying against each other here. Oh, Rambo really struggling though. He's been smacked around a lot. Orca trying to finish him off. Kuma trying to protect him. They managed to take down Winch, but Orca goes down at the same time. Rambo goes down at the same time, but Winch went down first. I Am Shock is trying to come in as well to help out with Kuma here. Orca and I Am Shock now. Down goes Torpy in the E5. Whoopsie and Carolade coming in with those clippers. They're trying to push onto Nico. But those Kranwagens really struggling a little bit. Now the AMX 50Bs have turned up. Gabe trying to put a good shot in there into Nico, but down goes Lays. Lays is down. Ollie from the north is going to go down over here. Ollie goes down. So does Kuma. 2 tanks left. Someone and Gabe are the only 2 tanks surviving for Win. This is going to be a victory for Endgame. Even so, I mean, Gabe and someone are still pretty healthy. They could try and take out Nico. Nico is a one-shot, but there he goes. Unfortunately, Gabe is on his long reload. It ain't going to be much longer. Someone is still alive. Can he take out Carolade, who is on his long reload as well? But Romka is very healthy in the E5. It's 3-on-1. Oh, he tries to get the engine fire. He gets the engine fire. Is Carolade going to go down? No, he survives on literally 66 hit points. Someone is going to go down here as Carolade puts one into the back. Again, guys, I'm really sorry about the FPS. It's not me. It's actually the game. So there's nothing I can do about that, I am afraid. My FPS is doing everything it can to churn it out. So you are going to see a stutter with the game struggling. The OBS is fine, but OBS is trying to match what the game is churning out. And my game is set to 60, but because there is a few issues with the servers at Wargaming's end at the moment, there is an issue. So as we see there, Win, Plucky Fins again, almost bringing something out of that game, but Endgame just looking a lot more dangerous. We are now going to be switching those spawn points here on Port Bay. Don't forget, it's best of 7. So it is the first to 4 victories. This time we will have the Plucky Fins on the south spawn, Endgame on the north spawn. Going over to Win, we have Gabe in a Crown Wagon, Rambo in a T22 along with Kuma, Lays again in a Crown Wagon, Ollie in an E5, someone in IS4, and Torpy in an E5. No change for the Fins. Moving over to Endgame, Carolade now jumping into a 113, Romka in an IS4, Whoopsie in a Vickers, Winch in a Crown Wagon, Orca in a T22, I Am Shock in a Crown Wagon. And Nico has dropped into the E100. Anyway, here we go. The frames are dropping rapidly thanks to Wargaming, and you can't see it, but if I were to turn my webcam off, you will see that the game client is the one struggling. And it's down to 27 FPS at the moment on the game client. So that's why you're getting this. So it's pretty difficult for me to zip around the map, guys, I'm afraid. That's the game client, not me. That's why it's looking so laggy. With it's only churning out 22 frames. And as you can see there, I've got massive ping and will get package loss. So Orca dropping into base A. Win overlooking base C. Ollie will probably jump into C. Yes, he does. With Kuma in the T22 just overlooking A and B. Whoopsie there. Getting spotted eventually. The Kranwagens there of I Am Shock and Winch just sitting in the back. doing what Cranwagons do best, which is farming, especially with their long reload if they empty their clips. First Blood has gone to endgame, although Romka has also had a bit of a smacking. Just moving out here. Oh, my FPS has now jumped to 60, which is nice for the game, so I can move a little bit. Whoopsie there, getting a bit of a smack as he tries to get out of dodge. You can see here, Kuma now rotated round to join Torpy to overlook the B cap. Romka, however, is in a great position here. Very difficult to get shots onto Romka where he is. So Romka will take the cap, which will then put endgame in a positive position when it comes to points. But Whoopsie has got to be very careful. I mean, Whoopsie is very unhealthy now. He's not really a one-shot. He can be 392 hit points if somebody can get a high roll onto him. Good shot from Whoopsie there, though, into Gabe. You can see that the T22s of Kuma there. And Rambo is probably going to join him, trying to rotate around the back through their spawn, trying to look down and get into that A-cap. T22 of Orca of endgame there is waiting for him. Romka just pulling out of the B-cap. Now someone... Oh, Kuma makes a move, but gets shot by Romka. Great shot that. Someone in Torpy now moving in. Rambo's going to join up with Kuma, looking to push onto A. Someone is coming round, trying to push down onto A as well. It's a push onto A, not B, that they're looking for. A great shot there into the E5. Carolade in the 113 is also just at the back, and someone really getting smacked around there. He got a double shot, one from the IS-4 of Romka, I believe, and one also from Orca. Endgame just preventing them from capping that A-cap at the moment, despite the fact that they've got tank advantage of Win. Moving to the middle, you can see here, Lays and Ollie are trying to push down onto the B-cap. I Am Shock has moved in. Ollie is toying there with Romka. He's going to be joined, however, by Winch. Now they're pushing into the A-cap. Maybe they can get rid of Orca at the same time. Orca is looking relatively low. Down goes Orca. So First Blood tank-wise go to Win. They are now pushing down on Carolade. Carolade is in trouble here. But the points are firmly in favour. Down goes Carolade. Firmly in favour of endgame because Ollie and Lays, who are both fighting it out here in the middle, have gone down. Gabe is looking worse for wear in the ground wagon. He's trying to get out of there, but he's got tanks chasing him down. Winch is coming around. Whoopsie puts a shot in, bounces. Gabe needs to drop down and try and get out of trouble if he can. I don't think he can, though. Whoopsie may be able to finish him off. No, Whoopsie just can't at the moment. So I'm going to leave Gabe because there's battles going on in the centre. Torpy is a one-shot now. They're trying to take the B-cut. Nico's trying to get Torpy out the game. Torpy just managing to get round the corner and into safety. Kuma trying to give Nico a hard time. Down goes Torpy, though. That's a blow. Down goes Nico. That helps. Now, endgame are on the back foot. Points are now firmly in favour of Win, but endgame do have the hit point advantage. But do they have the good advantage? I mean, they've got Whoopsie and a Vickers and two Cranwagons against two T22s and IS-4. I Am Shook there, getting really, really smacked. Someone may be able to take him, but it doesn't matter. Win get it on points. What a turnaround. Ooh. Endgame had that in their bag, so to speak. But what a fantastic turnaround by Win. Never underestimate these plucky Finns, guys, because they can pull it out and stop anybody's party when they least expect it. Fantastic stuff here on Port Bay. So, that levels the scores up. We're now going to move to the next map, which is Vineyards. Oh, exciting stuff. The FPS seems to have settled a little bit, but it's still a bit tentative and a little bit dodgy. So I have to be mindful of that, guys. So this time we will have Win on the north spawn here on Vineyards, endgame on the south spawn. Both teams are now readying up, picking their meta. I mean, that was a great last battle. I mean, we saw Endgame dominate in the first game, and Win just really come back and played some fantastic stuff there in the second game to steal that victory. They were really doing well. I mean, even if they wouldn't have won on base points, to be honest with you, with Wotb being so low in the Vickers and the two Kranwagens not having exactly the best DPM, chances are Win would have got it anyway with two T22s and an IS-4 still remaining. Looking at the teams, Endgame, will be readying up first. So we've got Karolade in an E5, Nico in a Kranwagen, Romka in an E5, Whoopsie in a Vickers, Winch and Orca in T22s, and I am shocked in a Kranwagen. Moving over to Win, Gabe in a Kranwagen, Rambo and Kuma still in their T22s, Lays in a Kranwagen, Ollie in an E5, someone in an IS-4, and Torpy in an E5. Always a tricky map, Vineyards. Always pulls out the unexpected. Always interesting to see the strats. As you can see there, Win have just got a slight advantage. Hit points, nothing major. It's just under 1,000 hit points. Whoopsie making a beeline for that B cap. Getting that early cap is an advantage here on Vineyards. Rambo, but he's only alone, so he's going to cap that as a single tank, whereas Win, oh no, I thought someone had dropped in as well, but no, he stayed low. So cap advantage will go to endgame, but it's only slight. Win finally get the A cap. Someone has put himself into the middle area, which is an interesting call with the tank with, well, not exactly the best gun depression in the world. You see there the T-22s of Winch and Orca going into the northern ruins. Lays and Gabe may come under a little bit of fire here. Winch has been spotted though. They may be able to put shots onto Winch. Great all-down tank on the Kranwagen. Winch trying to get into safety, getting into that dip, and he does manage it. That's a big miss. Gabe gets a bit of a smacking there from good old Whoopsie. If we look at the map as a whole, now we've got the Kranwagens of Nico and I Am Shook moving over onto the ridge line. They're going to try and push down around the A-cap area, not pushing onto A, just pushing around to the A-cap area, getting shots into someone over there in the IS-4. Kuma dropping into the C-cap to give a cap advantage, a very good cap advantage to Win. Now we've got Karolade and Whoopsie moving around to try and reset that cap, but not quick enough. And as you can see there, Karolade getting a bit of a smack from Rambo. Kuma now rotating out completely. Romka coming back down. The two Kranwagens moving back over the creek. So at this moment in time, Win have the advantage. They have the hit point advantage. They have the cap advantage. That's a great shot from Lays into I Am Shook. Someone also tries to get the shot in. Torpy has come down with a better haul-down tank, as in the E5, better gun depression. Trying to give some support to someone here. Whoopsie, Karolade, Winch all trying to get into C, but it is protected. Ollie is there along with Rambo and Kuma. They are there to make sure that the C-cap does not pop. And here comes Winch and Orca. Endgame have got numbers here. Karolade jumps into C. Endgame do have the numbers here. They can put a lot of pressure on to Win. Rambo is looking like the one who's feeling the pinch at the moment. They're trying to take... Oh, Rambo's going to go down here. Yes, he does. But so does Orca, tank for tank. That's a big loss, actually, for Endgame. They had the tank advantage. Now Winch is also a one-shot. Karolade trying to move around the back. Can Ollie get rid of Winch? Yes, he can. Winch goes down. Someone in the IS-4 has also gone down, though. Down goes Ollie. Now they're trying to press here the pinch point of Kuma. Kuma's out. He's gone. However, look at the points. Win are up on points. They're literally a whisker away from winning. It's 3 against 4. You can see that Gabe is just rotated back, trying to come in. Whoopsie desperately trying to get that C-cap. Torpy is in trouble here, but it doesn't matter. Win have got it on the points. Wow. And how crucial was that defense of that C-cap? Absolutely crucial. I mean, you can see there, Endgame churning out far more damage than, well, they say far more, it's 2,000 more than Win, but that defense there of that C-cap from the likes of Kuma, Ollie, etc., that was vital. And Whoopsie doing everything he can to try and get that cap just wasn't happening. So now we're going to swap the spawn points here on Vineyards. We have now got Win on the south spawn, Endgame on the north spawn. Don't forget, it's best of 7. Win at the moment, 2-1 up against Endgame. Best of 7 is first to 4 victories, so we're halfway through. If Win were to win the next 2, no guarantee. So, looking at Win, we have got Gabe in a Kranwagen, Rambo and Kuma still in their T22s, Lays still in the Kranwagen, Ollie in the E5, someone in the IS4, Torpy in an E5. Moving over to Endgame. I've got Carolade in an E5, Nico in an E5, Romka in an E5, Whoopsie in a Vickers, Winch in a 1-2-1, Orca potentially in a 1-2-1, and I am Shock in a Kranwagen. Oof. I see Tumpy is in the chat. Tumpy, why are you not playing? That's what I want to know. So at the moment, the advantage is just sitting with Win as we move into the second part of the second rollout on here on Vineyards. Win have got that slight advantage, 2-1 up against Endgame. Long way to go though. This is only the first round. I mean, there's quite a few rounds to go before we get to the finals. As you can see, the hit points again just favouring Win. Looking at the way they're stacking up here this time, we have Whoopsie, who is going to be running to the A-cap. The 1-2-1s this time, Winch and Orca heading towards the northern ruins. No, but Winch tails off. He's going to overlook there. Orca is just going to sit on the corner. T22s here, Rambo and Kuma also rotating into the northern ruins. They've both been spotted, however. B-cap has not been taken. Lays and Gabe are there, but it's not been taken. That's an aggressive push on the E5s here of Romka and Carolade of Endgame. Lays finally drops into the B-cap, but cap advantage has definitely gone to Endgame. Someone is out in the open. He's got 3 tanks on him. The Kranwagen of Iron Shock, Romka and Carolade, and plus Whoopsie is coming round. The pinch point here seems to be someone. Someone is the focus of attention. Whoopsie is going to get behind him. Someone is in a very tricky position here. He's not looking healthy at all. In fact, now he's a one-shot. Good read by Endgame. Down goes someone. However, Carolade and Romka. Carolade now is in trouble, but Gabe has taken a lot of HP loss there. So is Rambo. Down goes Carolade, but also down goes Gabe. Down goes Rambo. Lays could go down here. Lays goes down as well. 3 tanks left. It's 3 against 6. Romka may go down here. But Torpy and Ollie are all in trouble. Kuma is a one-shot. Down goes Romka. But it may be too little too late. Down goes Torpy. Now we're looking at Ollie, because he's the last man standing. I am shocking Whoopsie toying with their food here as Endgame level the series 2-all. Very aggressive stuff from Endgame there. Rushing through onto someone, poor old someone there in the IS4. Not out of position, just managed to be isolated, circled and deleted. So, great stuff there by Endgame. really, really pushing Win and saying, you may be up, but we are going to bring it back. We now move into Alpenstadt. Scores are level at the moment, 2-2. We've got on Alpenstadt here, with another interesting map, depending on where you spawn. We have Endgame on the south spawn and Win on the north spawn. It'd be interesting to see what their meta is going to be. Is it going to be heavy, or is it going to be a mix, or is it going to be mobile? At the moment, Win haven't actually changed any of their meta. They've stuck in the same tanks virtually since game 1. But we are now seeing some changes from Win. And the teams are just readying up. So Romka there choosing a Sheridan missile, and he was slapped. Told stop being so silly. So looking at the way the teams are going up at the moment, I mean, no, there is absolutely zero change from Win. They haven't changed. Moving over to Endgame, well, they're still readying up. So Win, we've still got Gabe in an E5, Rambo and Kuma in a T22. Sorry, Gabe has changed because he was in a Crown Wagon normally. Laser still in his Crown Wagon, Ollie in an E5, someone in an IS4, and Torpy in an E5. Looking over to Endgame, we have potentially, well, no, yeah. Well, let's go through the ones we do have. We have Romka in an E5, Whoopsie in a Vickers, Winch in an E5, Orca in a 140. That's an interesting one. And I am Shock in a Crown Wagon. Joining him will be Carolade in the Crown Wagon and Nico in a VK9001P. So, wowzers. It's going to be an interesting one, this. Just waiting for the organizer to press the battle button. So, even Stevens on the scores at the moment as we roll into Alpenstadt. As you can see, hit point wise, it's exactly even Stevens. They both got the same amount of hit points. Sorry about that. Game was struggling to let me go high. So we've got Whoopsie already going towards the A cap. He's going to be joined, however, by a T22 from Kuma, who's going to drop in there. Whoopsie's just overlooking. We got the majority of Endgame, however, heading towards that C cap area. With Orca in the 140 probably dropping in. Kuma's had to pull out of the A cap, so no cap advantage for either team at the moment. But Orca is uncontested at C. That's basically free real estate for Endgame. Someone in Laser overlooking the B cap. Nico is there in the VK, however. Now they're not capping, they're just pushing our Win. Pushing onto Winch, Whoopsie, and potentially Romka. Winch understands the danger. So does Whoopsie. Winch is desperately trying to get out of there. And he manages it, but look at Lays coming around to toy with I Am Shook. Are they going to be able to push onto Winch here? Yes, they are. He's dropped his reactive armor, but this is a big push by Win. Trying to circle and isolate Winch. Poor old Winch is going to go down, but someone in the IS-4 is also really looking worse for wear there as Nico drops down in the VK, joined by Orca in the 140. Someone is going to go down here, but no, he's not the first. Winch and Lays go down, but someone is a one-shot. Someone goes down. We have to go and rejoin the push by Win, which sort of stalled a little bit. They're now trying to focus down onto Carolade. And Romka, Whoopsie running around in the Vickers, trying to come back to give some support. Gabe really getting smacked here. That Nico in the VK90 really managing to put some damage in, despite the fact he's dropped his reactive armor. Now they are out-tanked on both flanks. Down goes Gabe. And if we roll around here, we're probably going to see Rambo go down as well. Rambo doing his best to try and up Torpy. Try and take on Romka, but he's going to go down here. Down goes Rambo. Ollie is now being saturated and chased by Vico. Romka very goes down in the end. However, Kuma is looking worse for wear. Move back over to see what Torpy is doing. I'm sorry about the FPS, guys. The game is just being a pain. Torpy is not going to win this battle. And he gets rammed for effect. Ollie is in trouble. Kuma's trying to help him out. But Caroline manages to take him down. And Ollie goes down as well to the VK of Nico. So, oof. Endgame. Turn it around. Endgame take the advantage. It's now 3-1. Good stuff that by Endgame. I thought Wing were going to carry on pushing around that flank, but it just wasn't to be. They sort of stalled a little bit. And then they started losing tanks around the B cap. The VK90, Wotb doing great work there. But the VK90 of Nico also doing exactly what that tank is designed to do. So, 3-2 as we go into, is this the last game or the penultimate game? Well, only win can change the outcome. It's up to Win to turn it around or not. I think Kuma had a few issues, I'm not sure. So we're swapping the spawn points here. This time we will have Win on the south spawn, Endgame on the north spawn. Still an Alpenstadt. Just waiting for the teams to ready up. So it looks like Win will be ready potentially first, although they're both, yep. So we have Gabe in an E5, Rambo and Kuma still in their T22s, Lays in a Crown Wagon, Ollie in an E5, someone still in his IS4, and Torpy in an E5. Looking endgame, Caroline and Nico both in Crown Wagons, Romka in an E5, Whoopsie staying in the Vickers, Winch now dropping into the STP1, Orca in the T22, and I Am Shock in the 215B. Looking at the hit points, Win do have the advantage, but it's marginal again. Let's get up high into the back, FPS notwithstanding. So already we got Winch in the STB of Endgame rolling over towards that A-cap to get the spots. Whoopsie dropping into the gully. Again, this is aggressive by Endgame. My FPS has dropped to 27. Thank you very much, Wargaming. I appreciate that. This is why I can't... Oh no, it's back up to 60. Bizarre, man. It's the servers are really struggling at the moment, guys. So I'm sorry about that. So as you can see here, I mean, there's just shots going across. Endgame were looking to be quite aggressive to begin with, but then they seem to back off. Someone in Whoopsie are toying with each other. Caroline and Orca may be able to out Whoopsie there against someone. Someone is pretty much isolated, to be perfectly honest with you. And as you can see, he's getting a bit of a smacking. Orca dropping into the B cap. Not to cap it, I don't think. He's trying to chase down Lays. Lays is in a world of pain here. He's trying to chase down onto Romka, but he's got Orca right behind him. Winch is, well, basically Winner being bled here. Winch has gone down in the STB, but look at the hit point pool. I mean, down goes someone in the IS4. That was always going to happen. Kuma's going to be next on the list. Kuma over there, he's a one-shot. He's on lot, 15 hit points. Down goes Rambo. This is not looking good. This is looking like a victory for Endgame. However, I Am Shock goes down. But hit points are favouring Endgame. Tanks on the battlefield favour endgame. Down goes Kuma with his 15 hit points. Points favour endgame. Everything is favouring endgame. I don't think Gabe is going to last much longer here. No, he's not. Whoopsie takes him down. Just Torpy and Ollie left. They're going to go for Torpy. No, they're not. They're leaving Torpy. They're toying with their food again. No, they don't. Torpy goes down. Poor old Ollie is the last man standing. Let's go down with... get up close and personal. And see what happens to Ollie as he dies with a massive roll. And endgame seal it. Alpenstadt was an Alpenstadt too far for win today. Great stuff though by both teams. And congratulations to endgame. So endgame with the first victory. FPS wise, I don't know guys, I can't tell you. I don't know what the hell is going on. Now let me see what time we kick off for the next round. In about 20 odd minutes. So I'm going to leave this room and we'll do some replays, I think. Oof. Let me get some replays up and running for you. We kick off on the hour, so we've got about 20 odd minutes before we roll out again. Let me just get some replay. If you got any replays, send them to me to fujitsblitz@gmail.com. More than happy to play replays. I'm going to drop my webcam out. You don't need to see my ugly mug while people are doing replays. And I'm just going to get a coffee. So I'll be back in a moment. That's a fantastic little mastery there by Intermission. Just put in the chat, you'll see, because I've dropped the webcam off at the moment, in the bottom corner, the fluctuation in the game client in the FPS is quite outstanding. It's set at 60, which is the maximum I can get on this on the PC. But the problem I'm facing is because the game client is being swamped, mainly because of this 20-odd thousand people playing, and because of recent updates, etc., etc., it is just absolutely killing the server. Can't do much about it, guys. And you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner the FPS for the game. It's set to 60. It currently starts at 60, but you'll see it fluctuate up and down. And during some of the tour, then we were fluctuating down to 20, which is pretty dire. And that's the game client. It's not my end, so there's not much I can do, I'm afraid, to resolve it. If it was in my end, then yeah, I could easily resolve it. It's steadied a little bit now. It's now churning out at 6. No, it drops to 58. It's steadied a bit at the moment. Well, we're out next in about 20 minutes with C4 against Mercy. Mercy, the winners of the recent CIS Blitz Cup. So again, it's going to be a fantastic tour. I'm looking forward to it. The SU 130 PM, not exactly my favourite tank, but doing pretty well in this one is American Warwolf, already up to almost 3k in damage. Make that 3k in damage with that shot. I mean, he is in the standard TD spot, I agree, for this particular map, and nobody's putting blind shots into him or even attempting to try and spot him out, knowing that he's going to be there, because, well, he's just been decimating them. That's a miss on the Bulldog, but I generally find that with this tank, it does that. And the T69 there should be really pushing heavily onto him. He's got a full clip of 3 rounds. He could really decimate the SU if he works in conjunction with the Bulldog. Yeah. Is he going to be able to carry this? He's 179. He's a one-shot realistically. If he gets a big roll there, though. 4,728 damage knocked out. No bounces, which is not surprising with this tank. He didn't even go and pick the Christmas presents up under the little Christmas tree. That's a shame. He's just chasing down that last tank, and there he is. So Cheeto SPG. Oh, Also in the typical TD spotting, TD camping bush. That would have been a good shot. I think he would have dealt damage there. Should be up to almost 5k in damage now in the SU. The Cheetah has not moved. He is a one-shot to the Cheetah. And he didn't do damage to the Cheetah. That is surprising. Trying to get out of dodge. Good roll. Now he's up to 5,000 damage. G2 does have a disadvantage with being a fixed turret. And doesn't have the great mobility like the SU. The SU should be able to put a good shot in here for a big, massive carry. Just shy of 6,000 damage. Great game. Bit dampy, but is a TD. Can only be expected. But a fantastic mastery. 5,841 damage. You know what else have we got who's sent a replay in this recently? Oh, let's have a look at this one. This is Minecraft in a WZ121. We still got 15 minutes before we kick off. Minecraft going with the I don't need camo look.
So many positive ways, maybe we can't lose.
Oh, thank you, whoever that was. Didn't see who that was, because it didn't pop up. Oh, it's Team Trouble. Thank you very much, sir. That is very, very generous of you. And, wow. That's all I can say. Wow. Always shocks me when I get tips. Very, very big thank you, Team Trouble. Much appreciated, kind sir. Well, at least the FPS is kind of stable. I mean, recently I've been streaming OBS on 60 frames, but in anticipation of the game client being what it is, after yesterday, I dropped the OBS FPS to 30 frames, and it's still struggling. Reason being is because the game client, as you can see, I mean, it's dropped down to 43 FPS there. And that's where all the problems are. Great shots going into that Sheridan there. Minecraft in a great position here. We'll be able to put some dominating shots onto that T-54. He's a little bit out of position and stuck. Obviously the 121 does have the ability to bounce nicely, although it didn't bounce that one, but not exactly a big roll from the 54. The 54 still. Excuse me. Oh, the 183 there. Going down. His opening is rear to be smacked around a little bit. Great bounces there. The T-62A is all down, so it's going to be difficult to pen him. The 54 is out of position. Now he's broken track, and he's a one-shot if he can get a good roll into that bottom plate. Which he can. And he bounces at the same time. It's now 4 against 3. T-62 is looking like it's the next target. If he can get up there and get into the back of that T-62A, who is alone at the moment, despite the fact that there are still two heavies. It's the standard B actually, it's a medium. But, I mean, the Mark 6 is really not helping out here. Down goes the 62. Now the standard B has put himself in harm's way. Good bounce off the Mark 6. Down goes the standard B. Great damage dished out there in this little 1-2-1. And again, another fantastic mastery. Right, let me just see if the room is up and open. I don't know. It is, and there is a password. But I'm in. I'm just going to say that and then drop back out again because we've still got 10 minutes, which means I can still do one more replay. Let's have a look at Yusuf in the Hellcat. Oh yeah, confirm my readiness. Muppet. Well, they're all coming in, I'm not ready. That way I can go back and we can have a look at Yusuf in his Hellcat, which would be time us just nicely for the game. Look at the FPS there, look, 23. Fantastico, eh? Phew. Привет, Vlad. Yes, Crocodila. Mercy. Up next. No, now I'm down to 19 FPS, now 20. This is fantastic stuff by the Wargaming servers. Yeah. That's back up to 60. See the fluctuation? It's so bad. Oh, Annihilator. Tricky tank to hit when it's all down. This FPS fluctuation is very, very frustratingly annoying in more than a big way. I mean, if they can take out the Annihilator, they've got a sporting chance. Oh, bit of Hellcat on Hellcat action. Oh, down goes the Hellcat. It makes you wonder why the Annihilator is not spotted. It should be proximity spotted. So It's interesting that he's dropped off the map there.
That one didn't go through.
Oh, the Annihilator's giving his hand away.
Enemy already
But the Hellcat able to drop the adrenaline, the quicker reload. He may get one more shot in before the yes, just about. Only just though. Yusuf now one shot, but they have now got the advantage. I mean, they had it stacked against them earlier. This is fantastic stuff by the little Hellcat here, driven by Yusuf. Can they get the WZ-131 GFT, who is basically still full of HP? Both the Annihilator and oh, look at this, side on, great shot into the WZ. The Annihilator's still not dead. WZ hasn't exactly got the best gun depression in the world. The Annihilator can't really do much. He's a one-shot. Yusuf has got to relocate. Time is not of the essence. They've still got 2 minutes. WZ is now on half his HP. He's going to stay up high. The Annihilator is doing everything to get around, to stay out of the way of that gun. And one of them needs to sacrifice themselves, maybe. I mean, the WZ is pretty mobile. And down goes Yusuf. The Annihilator needed to come up and help. Is this going to be a heartbreaker? Maybe if he can get behind the carcass of Yusuf, he can get those shots in. Oh, there you go. It's not going to be a heartbreaker. The Annihilator finishes off the WZ. Fantastic mastery by Yusuf there. The Annihilator not getting any medals, but doing his job. And that was it. So, let's see where we are. And we're still waiting for Mercy to turn up. Thank you very much, Tankista. So we're just we've still got 4 minutes to go, but we're basically waiting for Mercy. Mercy aren't here yet. C4 have turned up. We're just waiting for Mercy, so I'll just drop out of there because whilst there is a 3-minute delay, it's only 3 minutes. So at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not worried about them stream sniping, to be fair, but because I haven't got a 5-minute delay, which is what I normally have, and there's kickoffs in another minute, whilst we see all the tanks, obviously the teams don't see all the tanks. So I have heard that there have been server issues, however, on RU, but the tournament is on the EU server, so I don't think there's going to be too much of a problem. 3 minutes to go. Let's see if they've turned up now. Yeah, and here they come. Mercy is turning up now. So with a 3-minute delay and we're kicking off on the hour, we should be okay now. Oh, I need to stick that webcam back on so you can see my ugly mug. Hello, ugly mug back. So as you can see here, we're going to go out on Fort Despair with C4 on the north spawn and Mercy on the south spawn. Team-wise, well, at the moment, we've got Akasson in an IS-4, Latovsky in a Kramwagen, the Bejek in an IS-4, Lelenchik in an IS-4, Vasilia in a T-22, Aquila in an IS-4, and Flame in an IS-4. Looking over at Mercy, we have incoming in a T-22, Krafter in a Mark 6, Naverny in a T-22, what's that? Never Royatnu. I don't know. I'm going to call you Never. Sorry, guys. In an E5. Pashok in a 215B. Blitz Int Cup 20 in a Kramwagen. Crocodile potentially a mouse. We don't know yet. So we'll see. But this is an interesting one. Obviously, Mercy are the winners of the Blitz Cup CIS. And C4 were tipped as one of the favourites. Two fantastic clans from the RU server that we very rarely get to see in tournaments here on the EU server, especially with English-speaking commentary. So, I mean, this is fantastic. It's still going to be best of 7, like the last games. So now we have C4 all readied up. Go through the list again. Hakasun in an IS-4. Latovsky in a Kramwagen, the Bejek IS-4, the Lenchik IS-4, Vasilia IS-4, Aquila in an IS-4, and Flame in an IS-4. Very heavy with all those IS-4s, and a very lonely Kranwagen. Moving over to Mercy, with Crocodile still the only one to ready up, we have incoming in a T-22, Crafter in a Mark 6. Sorry. Blitz International Cup in a Kranwagen. Never in an E5, Pashok in a 215B. Novioni potentially in a mouse. Yes, he is in a mouse. Still waiting for Crocodile, who at the moment is toying with an E5. So we are now on the hour, just waiting for Crocodile to ready up. And he has, and he is in the E5. This is round 2 of the Blitz International Cup. Here we go on Fort Despair, C4 against Mercy. Two amazing clans from the RU server. As you can see there, C4 do tip the advantage when it comes to the HP. Anyway, let's get up high and get to the back of the map. FPS notwithstanding, it's currently at 49. And you can see Lenchik and Vasilio in the IS-4s, moving out towards the A-cap to overlook, with Lvotsky in the Kranwagen of C4, backed up by the rest of the IS-4s, heading for the centre. Looking over at Mercy, well, Crocodile Caban in the E5, followed by Krafner, Blitz Cup, and Never, all in their hull-down tanks, heading for that middle cap. It's going to be a bit of a bloody face-off here, IS-4s against the rest. Mercy very aggressive, but the RU server is generally more aggressive. Crocodile there really pushing forward, trying to put the pain onto these IS-4s. Both teams being bled. Lavotsky the only one not in this melee at the moment. Now Navani comes in the mouse, trying to use those hit points to protect Crocodile. Crocodile, however, is being focused. Crocodile may go down here. Yes, he does. Vasilia getting the kill. Now we have the Kranwagen of Blitz International Cup being the focus. Lenchik in the IS-4 is a one-shot. Can they get rid of Lavotsky and Lenchik? Lenchik goes down. Lavotsky's next down. So 2 tanks down, but down goes Blitz Cup. Akela dropping into... And down goes Never in the E5. On the back foot somewhat here are Mercy. Hit point wise, they're just losing their hit points there as they try and take down Navani there in the mouse. Akela is still a still looking very unhealthy, but Pashok and Crafter here need to take some tanks down. 44 incoming needs to come in and try and help out in that T-22. Down goes Crafter. Pashok next is going to be the centre of attention. 44 incoming, however, has still got most of his hit points, but Pashok is going to go down here. Pashok does go down. We're now looking at incoming in the T-22. Looking at from Akela's viewpoint in the IS-4. Great little shot there into the T-22. We've dropped down to 39. Down goes Baychek taken out, but down goes incoming. So, first blood goes to C4. Great stuff there. Mercy very aggressive, but we expect that from the RU clans. They like to play an aggressive strategy. But the IS-4s, all 6 of them, were just too much to cope. Hence the reason why it came a little bit unravelled. We're now going to go back out onto Fort Despair, swapping the spawn points. This time we will have C4 on the south spawn and Mercy on the north spawn. And unsurprisingly, C4 are not changing their tactics. They are going to stick with the IS-4s. The FPS is still struggling. Sorry about that, guys. There's not much I can do about it. I'll tell you what, I'll drop the webcam off. Maybe that will help a little bit. Because the webcam does drain a little bit, but it's not coming from that side. It's coming from the game. But I'll play this next game without the webcam. So, as you can see here, C4 have not changed their lineup. They've still got 6 IS-4s and a Crown Bargain. Moving over to Mercy, well, incoming still in the T-22 Crafter. Navalny now in the T-22. Never is still in the E5. We're still waiting for the rest of them to ready up. I don't know if they're experiencing package loss. Maybe. Blitz Cup is now dropped into an E5. It was in a Kranwagen last time. Pashok is still in the 215B. Crocodile also jumping into a 215B. Just waiting for Crafter now. He's currently sitting in a Kranwagen, but that may change. So all the teams are now ready. So 215Bs. It's an interesting lineup. As you can see, my FPS is steadied a little bit now in the game client, but let's get up high into the back and see where they go and see how the FPS can cope. So this time C4, without a change in their meta, are again heading for that middle area. So it all depends on what Mercy are going to be doing. Let's rotate round and see. We'll just hover over the A cap. So already we have Navalny heading towards, wow, along with incoming towards the C cap. Crocodile and 215B just overlooking. Never is rushing in towards the middle area, trying to get those early spots. And the rest of C4 en masse, basically 6 IS-4s, all pushing into B. Mercy just holding off this time, not as aggressive as we saw last time. Incoming has totally avoided the cap. Shots going in between Akela, who's not being damaged yet. Never's really pushed in now. Never's rushing through the middle of them, trying to get round the back. Nether looking worse for wear here. The T-22s are flanking round of Mercy's, and they will be joining the fray very shortly. Down goes Never. Down goes Akason there, and the IS-4 though. The T-24 is now coming in. Can they get rid of Flame Rip? No, they can't before Crocodile goes down. And it's a bit of a brawl in the centre again. Down goes Flame Rip. Blitz Cup is looking worse for wear though. Blitz Cup is now one shot. Maybe Akela can get him, or Baychek. Down he goes to the Baychek. Ashok here now. 44 incoming. Oh, down goes Akela. But Mercy on the back foot. Pashok now very dangerously exposed. The Lenchik and 44 incoming are just toying with each other there, but Pashok is going to go down. Down he goes. Can they get the Len check out the game though, before 44 incoming goes down? No, incoming goes down. Down goes Pash. Down there's the Len check. However, these IS-4s now giving Krafner a pretty hard time. Navalny comes in to try and help out, but I think this is again looking one for C4. They've got too many hit points, too many tanks. Krafner is going to go down here. He's a one-shot now. Down he goes, leaving Navalny last man standing. Navalny doing fantastic stuff here. Can he get Vasilia out the game? Potentially, yes. Yes, he does. Token kill. Well, he could carry this. No, he doesn't, unfortunately. The Kravagn of Ladowski manages to knock it out. Fantastic stuff. Never Royatno. Never Royatno. Okay. So, C4 going 2-0 up here against Mercy. We're going to swap the spawn, the map though. Doesn't show that yet. It won't be Fort Despair. I can assure you of that. Don't forget, it is best of 7, so it's the first of 4 victories. At the moment, we do have C4 in the driving seat. We are now moving to Oasis Palms. C4 will be on the North spawn. I'm going to keep the webcam off. It hasn't really upped the FPS, but I'll keep it off just in case. Anyway, as I was saying, so C4 on the North spawn, Mercy on the South spawn. At the moment, the strat of C4 has just been to overwhelm poor old Mercy with IS-4 spam. Basically 6 IS-4s. I mean, it has worked. So looking at the teams, they're slowly readying up. So we have incoming in a T22, Krafner in a Kranwagen Crocodile in a Kranwagen Blitz International Cup in a Vickers, Navalny in a T22, Nevelratnu in an E5 and Pashok in an E5. Potentially moving over to C4, we've got Akason in an E5, Lavotsky in a Kranwagen, the Bajek. Oh, he jumped that quickly, didn't he? Bajek in an IS4, basically IS4s interspread with E5s. Anyway, let's get up into the back of the map as we normally do. See where these guys are going to be heading. So as you can see here, C4 en masse heading, apart from Michaela, heading towards the desert area. Lavotsky leading that charge. Moving over and rotating around the map, we can see that Blitz Cup in the Vickers, just trying to get those early spots. He was spotted. He is supported by the T22s and the E5 there. Both E5. Pashok's just behind him, with the Kranwagens in the city area. At the moment, first blood has gone to Mercy, with Lavotsky really getting a smacking in that Kranwagen. Now Ryatnu here, just holding on this. I mean, it's a fantastic little spot in a hold down tank if you can get here. I mean, it's very difficult to get shots in. B-cap is going to be taken by Mercy. They are going to take the advantage there. The rest of the C4 team, if you can see there, they're all centered, apart from Michaela, around this C-cap. They're going to push on Neveryatnoy. Neveryatnoy here, really in a world of pain. But he does have support from Crocodile. And he has support from Pashok. Can they absolutely do anything with that? Navalny is also there. Neveryatnoy, they could take out Vasilia here. Vasilia dropping down. Crocodile chasing after him. Navalny also chasing after him, leaving Neveryatnoy all alone. Neveryatnoy does go down. Pashok just putting himself into the corner here. They still haven't dealt with Vasilia. And they need to. I mean, I'm going to leave that. Vasilia finally goes down to Crocodile. But Pashok is in trouble there. Pashok trying to get out there, but the Lenchik is going to be able to get HE into the back, and he does. Moving around. Mercy do have 2 base points, and they've only lost 2 tanks. They do have the hit point advantage. 44 incoming now is coming round. Down goes Wotb. That's a big loss. Flame Rip is now in trouble. Flame Rip is in serious trouble here. Down goes Flame Rip. Blitz Cup in the Vickers just trying to get out of the way. The Baycheck here coming round to try and help out. Trying to seek that Vickers. But Krafner, oh, and down he goes to Akasson. Krafner, however, still on his long reload here in the Kranwagen. Puts a great shot into Akasson, takes him down. This is one for Mercy, I think. Crocodile coming in the Kranwagen. They're giving... Poor old Lenchek goes down. We've just got Baycheck left. He manages to take out Krafner, but this one's going in favour of Mercy. Mercy is going to take this one. Baycheck is only a one-shot realistically. No, he's not. He was a two-shot. And he goes down eventually, this time to Navani. So, Mercy bring it back. It's 2-1. Mercy there doing some great damage, just shy of 9, just over 18,500. Really good stuff. You can see there Navani there really doing his work, hard work in the T22, along with Crocodile and incoming also doing their fair share of the hard work. Great stuff by the Baycheck though. He did some fantastic stuff. Akela going down pretty early, but he was in a very isolated position there in the city. But some great stuff there by the RU teams. So we're now going to switch those spawn points. This time Mercy on the north spawn and C4 on the south. Looking at the Mercy team, well, no change to their lineup meta-wise. They stay as they is. Moving over to C4, well, C4 are changing. They are now favouring a lot more IS4s. We've got Akasson, the Baycheck, the Lenchik, Vasilia and Flame Rip. And Akela, all in IS4s, joined by Wotb in an IS4, with just the Lenchik and Flame Rip in the E5s. So again, a lot of heavy tanks there being chosen by C4, very heavy meta. A lot more mobility for Mercy. Can they use it? Can they take that advantage? Can they rotate around the map and get those caps? Well, if we look at the back, already we've got the IS4s of C4 heading towards the B cap and the E5s heading towards the desert. Blitzcup in the Vickers of Mercy also trying to get into the desert, trying to get to that C cap. Gets the spots, spotted himself. He has to rotate back. The rest of Mercy, up there, the E5s, another Atnoy, and Pashok just holding back at the moment. We've got 44 incoming and Navani in the T22s looking as well to hold back. B-cap has been taken, so early advantage will go to C4, but they have also been bled a little bit. Now Crocodile is teaming up kind of with Blitzcup, trying to look at these E5s. May not be able to get any shots down onto the IS4s, but if we stack up over here where Mercy are stacking onto the A-cap area, Neveratnoy and 44 incoming are moving round, trying to push down onto Vasilia. Vasilia managing to get the A-cap, however. The rest of Mercy now, Pashok tailing off, Navani joining him, pushing through the centre, trying to get the shots in. Good shots into Flame Rip in the E5 there, but C4 now counter-pushing, led by Wotb. Akasson is just behind him, and Caleb pushing on to Neveratnoy. He is sort of in a crossfire now, the Baycheck coming in, Vasilia coming in, Neveratnoy in a bit of trouble, along with my FPS. Down he goes! Flame Rip also in trouble, but no he's not, he takes out 44 incoming. Down he goes eventually, 2 tanks down, Flame Rip and Lenchek are down. But Pashok is now in a world of pain. Look at these IS4s just swarm around this poor E5. Down he goes. Can they get Akasson though, Mercy? They may be able to, but the points are against them. Down goes Akasson. 3 tanks down. Blitzcup, however, is a one-shot. That's why he's holding back. They've got to get tanks out of the game. Have Mercy. They've only got Krafner and Crocodile, both in Crown Wagons, realistically. Krafner here surrounded by those IS-4s again. Crocodile on his long reload, he can't really do much to help out. Blitz can't do anything to help out. He's really under the weather, HP-wise. Managing to take out the paycheck. Now Navani comes in to help out. Maybe he can help out Crocodile. That's who they're looking for, looking to push onto a Kayla. Krafner goes down. It's 3-on-3. Hit points are favouring C4 here. You'd have to give this one to C4. Great shot into Navani by Akela as he pushes around the corner. Crocodile on his long reload again. He gets one shell into the clip. Down goes Blitzcup. Down goes Vasilia. It's 2-on-2. But the hit points are favouring C4 with those IS-4s. Down goes Crocodile. Navani is the last man standing. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything about it. He runs into a little building and he gets finished off by Kayla. 3-1 in favour of C4. Quite aggressive move there by C4. Again favouring those IS-4s. Lavotsky really piling on the pressure. Crocodile is trying to pile on the pressure along with Krafner in the Crown Wagons. I mean, if you look at the hit points, the damage dished out is next to nothing between the teams, but those cap points and that HP, just too much for Mercy to get through. Now switching to Halas with the advantage and potentially match point in favour of C4. Here on Halas, we've got C4 on the south spawn and Mercy on the north. Mercy backs against the wall somewhat here with C4 literally about one game away from victory here in round 2. So just waiting for the teams to ready up. So it looks like they're getting ready now. We've got C4 already ready. And this time they've decided to just go full IS4. 7 IS4s. Moving over to Mercy, we have incoming in a Vickers Light Crafter in an IS4, Crocodile in a Kranwagen, Blitz International favouring the E5 there, Navalny in the T22, Nevriatnoy in an IS4, and well, that's it really. So let's get up high, if I can. Hello, there we go. My Siri just kicked in. Go away, Siri. I can't get up high for some reason. I'm trying to. Won't let me. There we go. So, the IS-4s, 2 of them, Lenchik and Akason, jumping into the A-cap. The other IS-4s just, okay, very far forward. The other IS-4s just taking defensive positions here. Vasily and Lavotsky with Flame Rip behind. C-cap has been taken, so but the advantage does go to C4, who do have a distinct 2,000 HP advantage over poor old Mercy. Mercy here again up against it with the IS-4s here, all 7 of them. Not exactly the fastest tank to rotate around the map, but you can see that Mercy are just looking for where to press.
I mean, like, so many positive.
It's very difficult to understand where to press. Lenchik, however, is probably going to rush a bit too high, and Nevelatnoy may be able to give a good pop into Lenchik there. But he has now been joined by Akason. Great shot in by Crocodile into Akason. You can see at the back there, 44 incoming is moving around slowly in that because like trying to get the shots into the back of them. I've just lost 23% loss, 22% loss, so the servers are playing up massively, which is why the FPS is dropping left, right and centre. Akela here, toying with Krafner, he may go down. Akela is one shot, down goes Akela, but hit points, well, hit points are pretty much in favour now of Mercy, which is surprising. Akason has been bled, Vasilia has also been bled. Lenchik has come in to help out. Can they get down Crocodile? Pashok and Neveratnoy though pushing onto Lenchik. Down goes Crocodile. Akason is down. Vasilia goes down. Lenchik is in trouble now. He's got 2 tanks on him. We're going to move from there, move over to this part, even though the FPS won't let me. Letovsky, sorry, is going to go down. Letovsky goes down. Bait check and Flame Rip. Well, 44 incoming. These are the last 2 tanks left. They've got an uphill struggle. Points, guns on the battlefield, hit points, everything is favouring Mercy here. Blitzcup goes down in the E5, but there's only 2 IS-4s left. Looking at the points, you'd have to say this is one for Mercy. All they need to do... Oh, great shot into the Baycheck there. And another one. Baycheck is stuck. And down he goes. Flame Rip is the last man standing. Great shots into Flame Rip by incoming and Navalny, and down he goes. And 3-2. Mercy brings one back. 7 IS-4s didn't work. 6 IS-4s seems to be the right number. 7, yeah, seems to be pushing it against them. 19,500 damage to that compared to the 11,843 by C4. So, Mercy back on Hallis in a position to bring it back. It's 3-2. Still match point in favour of C4, but Mercy could level it up and take it to the decider. Looking over at Mercy, who are spawning on the south spawn, incoming in a Vickers, Kraft in the IS-4, Crocodile in the Crown Wagon, Blitz International E5, Navalny in a T-22, Neveratnoy in an IS-4, and Pashok in a 215B. Moving over to C4, we've got Akason in a Crown Wagon, Letovsky in a Crown Wagon, Baychek in an IS-4, Lenchik IS-4, Vasilia IS-4, Akela in IS-4, Flame Rip IS-4, but that may all change. Because they've just unreadied themselves. Suffering from a bit of packet loss, as you saw earlier, 25%. It's not helpful when you're trying to stream a tournament. Unfortunately, the servers since the update have been beset on all sides by the tyranny of ping, and bad FPS drops and package loss. And I don't know if the RU guys are suffering the same thing. I mean, they may be. Bless them, because they're obviously they're logging in from the RU side. So this time we're going back to this tried old tested 6 IS-4s and 1 Kranwagen for C4. Like I said, 6 seems to be the magic number when it comes to the IS-4. They've had a lot of success with 6 IS-4s. So can they continue that and take this past Mercy, or are Mercy going to spoil C4's party and take it to the decider? We will find out within the next 7 minutes. So moving to the back of the map, and as you can see, I mean, C4 are just staying together here, splitting a little bit. Akason and the Baychek are moving towards that A-cap with Flame Rip just behind them. The Lenchik and Akela just overlooking the ridge. Letovsky and Vasilia together there. 44 incoming of Mercy dropping into the C-cap. They won't get cap advantage. That will go to C4. Lenchik is pushing through aggressively. And look at this. Crocodile, Pashok and Blitzcup all sitting on the ridge. Neveratnoy is just sitting at the back there in the IS-4. Navalny getting out there in the T-22. Not able to cap A. Krafner, a little bit isolated. It looks like Mercy are trying to sucker C4 in to the trap that is here. Crocodile getting a bit of a smack though. So at the moment, advantage sits with C4. Both hit points and base points. 44 incoming. He's trying to get shots across the map. Baycheck and Flame Rip just sitting all down here, although Flame Rip is looking to move out of there. Lenchik is trying to move up, and he gets a bit of a smack by Never Ratnoy there in the IS4, as he does move up. Slowly being bled, both teams. Blitzcup now moving in to push onto Akela. The ping and package loss is terrible. Krafner now pushing as well. Akela seems to be the target. Akela is being pushed on. Crocodile's coming in to join the fray as well. Krafner, Crocodile and Blitzcup all trying to put shots in, but Blitzcup has to rotate back out. He's getting smacked around a lot. Akela here may go down. Crocodile gets a good shot in. Now we've got the push over the other side. The Vickers and Pashok also coming in. Incoming and Pashok trying to push onto Vasilia. Akela surviving, and mainly because rest of C4 has come en masse to help out. And down goes Krafner, but down goes Akela. Now back over this side of the map. Can they get rid of Vasilia? The Octopus dropping down of Pashok. Down goes Vasilia. Now they're trying to look to get Crocodile out. Never Ratnoy though does come in to help out. Navalny and the T-22 keeping the Baycheck at bay. In comes 44 incoming, trying to put shots in as well. Crocodile doing his best to get out of there, but he's going to go down to Akason. Down he goes. Now the Baycheck is going to be surrounded by the two, by the light and the medium. Baycheck may not last this battle, 2 against 1. There's only 3. Mercy have got this. They're going to bring this round. Baycheck is going to go down here. Down he goes. Trying to fly over the map as much as my FPS will let me. Flame Rip and Akason here. It's all a bit of a brawl in the middle area now. These two tanks against 4. They do have, or they did have the hit points. They don't anymore. Down goes Pashok in the 215B. They need to get rid of Flame Rip. Never Ratnoy may be able to do the killing coup de grace. Yes, he does. Leaving Akason the last man standing. Poor old Akason here knows it's all over. I don't know if he's got ping issues or whatever, but down he goes. And that is it. So, Halles. Clearly not a map for IS4s en masse. Great stuff by Mercy there. You would have thought that C4 may have had the advantage, but it now goes into the decider. So throughout the majority of the game, C4 have had the advantage. Mercy have brought it back. We're now moving to the decider map, Winter Malanovka. We will have C4 on the north spawn and Mercy on the south spawn. Waiting to see what C4 do. At the moment, Mercy are readying up. We've got incoming in a Vickers, Krafner in an IS4, Blitz International Cup in an E5, Never Ratnoy in an IS4, and Pashok in a 215B. Navalny back into his T-22. Crocodile probably into the Crown Dragon still. He seems to favour that tank at the moment. C4 not readied up at all yet. Yeah. C4 still not readied up. Unfortunately, my Russian is too ploker to understand what they're all saying here. Although I know that says Mercy. So Yes, Crocodile. All incoming has changed into the Vickers Light. Crocodile is in the Crown Wagon. Blitzcup is in the E5. Navalny is still in the C72. And Pashok in the 215B. Moving over to C4. So far, we have got Akason in an IS4. Latovsky in an IS4. Lenchik in an E5. Vasilia in an E5. Kayla in an IS4. Flame Rip in an E5. Just waiting on the Bejek, who is probably going to be in an IS4. And he is. However, only 4 IS4s this time. Maybe Winter Malinovka is a 4 IS4 map. Don't know. We'll find out. But this is the decider between C4 and Mercy. Mercy crawling their way back into this competition. And as we can see, C4 again staying pretty much together, heading towards that middle area of the map. Let's go over to the C-cap area. That way we can, if we sit by this windmill, we get a better view of what's going down. So Navalny is probably dropping down towards the A-cap, as you can see there. He is out on his own there. Blitzcup just holding back along with the rest of the Mercy team. Again, it seems to be Mercy wanting C4 to push. C4 are not disappointing. Akela really getting a smacking. Manages to get into a little bit of safety, but not much. So it seems to be the strategy of Mercy is to sucker and wait for C4 to be aggressive and just punish them. Flame Rip also getting a smacking. Akela still getting smacked around here. Even though Akela thinks they're in a position of relative safety, Blitzcup is managing to get shots across. Despite my FPS, which is dropping significantly, now Vasily and the Baychek are moving, trying to ease the pressure. Vasilia gets a smack from Crocodile. Now Mercy push. Mercy pushing onto Akela into this middle area. We've got Pashok, Neveratnoy and Krafner all pushing down on Akela. Akela is now one shot. Akela goes down. Vasilia now is out of position slightly, allowing Crocodile in 44 incoming to push down onto Vasilia. Vasilia in a world of trouble. Flame Rip trying to help out desperately from the other side, but Vasilia is going to go down. Just a killing burn. It come from 44 incoming, I would have thought. No. Back over to this side of the map. Pashok has gone down, but Baychek is also looking very worse for wear. Down goes Baychek. Neveratnoy, Krafner and Blitzcup here holding their own. This is looking in favour of Mercy. Mercy have pulled it all the way back. Lenchik trying to focus down Blitzcup, but Navalny and Krafner come in. Neveratnoy all pushing down onto Akason. No, they've switched their attention to Lenchik. Akason goes down to Neveratnoy. Down goes Blitzcup. Good round by 44 incoming, i.e. incoming. Lenchik, 1 HE roll to the back, and Mercy take it. OP or OP. Wow. Mercy 3-0 down, bringing it all the way back to win it. Fantastic stuff. Great to watch. The IS4s doing C4 fantastic justice earlier in the games, just falling off towards the end there as Mercy changed their strategy from being overly aggressive to sitting back and allowing C4 to push onto them. And boy, it was like a coiled spring waiting to be released, and boy did Mercy release it. Great games from both clans, fantastic stuff. That is it for this evening. Let me just see if I know what the scores are across the others, because I don't at the moment. Haven't told us. So I'm trying to find if we know what the scores on the doors actually are. Don't think we do. Let me see if I can zip across to find out. So at the moment, I mean, Rolling is streaming 7-star against, sorry, 7-star against Endgame.
I'm putting my.
And again, I don't know what the scores are. Let me see if I can find out in Discord. Let me see if I can find out. Trying to find out what the scores are. They're here somewhere. As soon as I find out, I'll let you know. Is this it? Let me see if this is what I think it might be. I don't know yet. Just trying to find out what the scores are. Okay, here we go. So at the moment, winning both their games are G Game, Gucci Gang team. They have won both their games, followed in second place by Endgame, who have won both their games as well. Mercy are in third, winning both their games. Raid lost their first game, won their second game. 7-star won their first game, lost their second game. C4 have lost both games. Win have lost both games. And Loca have lost both games. That is the current standing. So G Game, Endgame and Mercy topping that leaderboard. But we've got a long way to go yet, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, this is round 1 and round 2 out of the way. Got a lot more rounds to go there, guys, before we get to anywhere near what we're looking at. So we're back on the 16th in 2 days' time with rounds 3 and 4. And then we have rounds 5 and 6 on the 18th. Followed by round 7 on the 18th. Those are the group stages. And that's what we're looking at. So, still a long way to go. It's not the end of the world just yet for any of these teams. But G Game, Endgame and Mercy all taking convincing leads early doors. Loca, Win and C4 struggling to get off the mark at the moment, and Raid and 7-star in the middle, doing their best to do whatever they can. So that is it from me tonight, guys. We're back, as I said, in 2 days on the 18th, where I will be streaming again. And just to put you in the picture on who and when I'll be streaming. Let me just get the schedule so everybody knows. If I can find the schedule, here we go. So next up for round 3, I am streaming Mercy against Win in round 3. Followed by Win against 7-star in round 4. Mafodi will be streaming G Game versus Endgame round 3. Endgame